I have done many hard things in my life, most prominent of which was having to come to terms with a totally unexpected, complete, and devastating breakdown of me, of who I was in the world, which you will get a glimpse of shortly. As a result of that episode, I had to fight to rebuild my high school education, which required me to go to night school while doing a day job to support myself. It was a day job and night school life again for me, as I then strove to be a university undergraduate. By this time, I had spent a lot of time living in small rooms in YWCAs in different cities. Most of the time, I was friendless, and at almost every step of the way, I faced rejection after rejection that might easily have derailed me on my journey. Later, in my professional life, I had to battle to have my radical ideas and approach to therapy accepted by my peers and by the world of psychiatry more generally, and struggle as a female in male-dominated academia. I had been working on the talk for 3 months. Many times I rued the fact that I had put myself into this predicament. I had to compress my life into the space of 90 minutes. Another problem was that I have almost complete amnesia of my life before my 20s and up to 25, for reasons I will explain. What I have instead are light bulb memories, bright moments of recollection sparsely scattered across a dark canvas. It's like looking at the night sky in the city, where you see points of light from planets and stars here and there, but mostly it is unbroken blackness. I therefore had to turn to family, friends, and colleagues to help me reconstruct my life story, drawing on their vastly superior memories of my past. It was a difficult process, and more than that, I was about to reveal publicly, for the first time, extremely intimate details about my life that for decades I had kept a carefully guarded secret, outside of a few very close friends and my family. So, why did I want to do this? Because I didn't want to die a coward. Continuing to keep quiet about my life seemed to me a cowardly thing to do. Could I make it through the talk without tears? The Institute of Living has been an important part of my life, and I therefore thought it would be a good venue for me to give the talk I was planning. I had called David Tolan, who was director of the Institute's Anxiety Disorder Center, and said I wanted to give an important talk on the East Coast and thought the IOL would be a good place to give it. He was thrilled, until I told him I wanted to give the talk in one of the large rooms because I knew it would draw a big audience. He agreed, but only if I would tell him why. I did. Now that I was there, in front of several hundred people, I wondered, what have I gotten myself into? I was worried that I would not be able to make it through the talk without tears, and I absolutely did not want to cry. I began by telling the audience that when I give talks about the development of DBT, I usually say that it began in 1980, when I was awarded a grant from the National Institute of Mental Health. The grant was for me to conduct research on the efficacy of behavior therapy for individuals diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. But this wasn't when my passion for getting people out of hell started, I said. I looked at the audience for a few seconds, casting my eyes here and there at the gathering of so many wonderful people in my life, friends, colleagues, students, and former students. I knew that my sister Aline would be there, and I had especially wanted my brothers, John, Earl, Marston, and Mike, to be there, but I wasn't sure Aline would be able to get them to come. Yet there they were, sitting in the front row. Right behind them were Geraldine, my Peruvian daughter, and her husband, Nate, with whom I have lived ever since they were married. Geraldine's brother and his partner were also there. I thanked them and everyone else for coming. In this very emotional moment, I was on the edge of tears. Fortunately, none showed up.